In this video, I'm going to show you some things about Pixlr.com, and this is for your silhouette project. First thing you're going to want to do is go to your email and scroll down, and you will find an email from me. You will scroll down and find your picture that you're wanting to use. You need to scroll over your image and download that image to your computer. Alright, you're then going to go to Pixlr.com. It's Pixlr.com/editor. Alright, this may come up. It may give you some problems. You might have to refresh a couple times. You'll have to hit leave. If it's going really slow like this, I've had better luck just stopping it, refreshing it, and then trying it again. Okay, so with this free software, you might have to reload it a couple times to get it to work, and then hit allow. Okay, from here, you're going to open image from your computer. That's where you'll find the picture that you've downloaded of yourself. Okay, so it'll probably come in crooked. So if you go to image, all this means is 90 degrees clockwise, or counterclockwise. We're going to do it clockwise. Okay. On here you have your navigation, which is your zoom out and zoom in. You can also, from here, let's say you zoom in, you can also move around within that. So that's your navigational tools. If for some reason you don't have this, so let's say it's not there, you can go to View and Navigator and it'll come up. It'll come back up right there. So zoom out to where you can see your whole image. Alright, what we're going to be practicing on is your wand tool. And what this tool does is selects color. So if you click on a color, green, and that's why we were on a green background, it's going to select that color. Your tolerance right here, if you up it, that's going to pick green. It's going to pick green and anything even close to that color green. So I'll just show you. Alright, so that's not what you want. You've kind of got to play around with your tolerance right here and get it. So probably somewhere between a 40 and a 60 would be good. I'll try again. So that selected a pretty good chunk of that color. Alright, so you have two buttons. You have a shift and a control. The shift is the top, so try to think of it as the plus. Control is the minus. So we want to add. See how that little plus sign comes up on my screen? I'm going to add. And I'm going to click anywhere on the green, the background that did not get selected. Alright, so see how that selected too much? Right here in my history, and the same thing, if it's not here, you can always go to View, History. This is like your undo button. So what that means is my tolerance is too high. Those colors right there are too similar. So I'm going to lower my tolerance, hold down Shift, click, alright, and it's doing a little better. Alright, also if you accidentally select something, so let's say I selected that and I didn't want to, you can always go back, but sometimes there'll be a little area that just gets selected that you don't really want to go back. You need to just take it away. If you hold down Control, you'll get a negative arrow. That means take away, and you can take that color off like that, and it takes those colors off. I'm just going to go back because that had it selected really well. Alright, So what I've done is I've selected that entire green background. What that selection does is it allows me, so if I go to my paintbrush, if I scroll over all these, it'll show me what they are. Paintbrush, paint bucket, I'm going to do the paintbrush. I can only paint within my selection area. Alright? However, we're wanting to work with the face. So what we're going to have to do is select everything but that. So we go to Edit, Invert. Alright, and now we can color on everything except for what we selected. So we're going to color this in, so it doesn't take so long. We're going to pick a bigger brush, and we're just going to color in the face right there. And you can get an even bigger brush, but sometimes if you get too big of a brush, it'll slow your computer up. So it's kind of a balance. Oops. Alright, so just drawing right around the silhouette. I wish it didn't go slow like this, but it's just a free program, so you've got to bear with it. Okay, so I went ahead and colored this whole thing in black. This would be a good time to save your work. So if you go to File, Save, and you might just want to title it, and it's working. You just gotta title it Edit 1, but you can title it anything. Just hit OK. Now would be a good time to save. It's not like Google, it doesn't save it for you. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do, so I'm gonna unselect this. I'm gonna hit Control D. I held down Control and I hit D. I'm actually going to move this into a new picture. I don't want any of this background, I just want a solid white. So I'm going to use my selection tool, select my face, and now that everything's black, it selects it a lot easier. And I'm going to copy, so you got to scroll over, hold down Control, hit C, see how that copied it? Now if that copy doesn't show up, it means it didn't work. Alright, we're going to open up a new image. We're going to change this. It's at 4,000, but just try to think of it 4 by 6. Move this up to 6. Okay, it don't have to be exact. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to paste our image in. So Control V for paste. Now over here with your tools, so you have a move tool. Again, if you forget any of these, you can scroll over them. Your move tool. We're going to move yourself down, and what we're going to do is we're going to have stuff coming out of your head, and kind of like thoughts, like you're thinking about something. So if you'd rather them come out of the back of your head, so move this around where you want it to go. All right. This actually came in. Your background is white, and your person came in as a new layer. You got to look at this as like stickers. You're putting stickers on a paper. They're never really going to be flat. They're always just kind of layering on top of each other. So we need to title this layer, and I will just go ahead and title it Face. Okay. All right, what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how to put in some of these pictures. I have put a template on Google Classroom for you to fill out, and it's just asking you to find some silhouette images, your favorite food, your favorite subject, some of these things. We're going to find images for each of those and save them to your computer. So let's just say your favorite food, pizza, let's just say. It's very important that you put this word silhouette at the end of whatever it is. So if you were searching Mountain Dew, I think I spelled that wrong. You know, it could be something like this also. Just as long as it doesn't, what a silhouette has is it doesn't have value. Like these still have value. That's not necessarily a silhouette. Okay. So I'm going to go back. You want to find the image that you like. Alright, and we need to save it. Not copy, save image as. Alright. You're going to go over here and hit layer. And you're going to go to open image as layer. So think of layer as kind of like stickers. Like I said, we're putting stickers into our picture. Alright, so that came in there as a new layer. So anything I do right now, since I'm on this, I'm moving only the pizza. If I click over here on face, I'm moving only face. So if you're having problems, you might need to just check and make sure you're on the right layer. And every time you open something, it's very important that you label it. That way, if you need to go find something to work with, you can find it easily. Alright, on this pizza, let's say you wanted to put the pizza in the middle of the head, but see how it still has that white background on it? We can select the white area and hit backspace, and it will delete all of that area. Or you could have selected the black and deleted it that way also. But let me move it up, see what we got. So now you no longer have that white background if you wanted to. Alright, if you want to size this object, you can hit Edit, Free Transform, and this is where you can, let's see, I'm going to have to zoom back out. Oops. Zoom out, I don't know really what happened. Edit, Free Transform, and you can make this object bigger or smaller. Now if it's getting like too skinny or fat and you want it to stay, if you hold down shift, it will only move. So I'm holding down, rather than if I'm not holding down shift, it'll be like this. Alright, and hit enter. Okay, so again, to open up a new, so let's say you wanted your favorite animal, that was one of the questions. Let's say I search find whichever one we decide will work for this. Oops. Save image as. Now make sure when you're saving these, if it says .jpg or something at the end, make sure you don't delete that. Okay. We go to layer. Open image as layer, find our picture, open. Again, make sure you label it, something you'll know what it is. Move it around. Again, if you want to delete the white around it, you use your wand tool, select the white, hit backspace. And now you have the dog just by himself. Alright, and then you can change his size by going to Edit, Free Transform, hold down Shift. And we're going to move him around wherever we want him to go. Alright, so when you're doing this, I want you to really think about composition. Like we talked about at the beginning of the year. How are we going to place things in an interesting way? How can you start to tell a story? Maybe there's trees growing out of your head. We're going to start incorporating some of these silhouettes into this. And make sure you save your work.